Hello everyone and welcome to Joku Productions. I am your host Joku. Thank you for tuning in. As always, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button so that you can be notified every time we upload a video, okay? So a lot has happened in hip-hop in the past 45 years of its existence. Some moments we were fortunate enough to witness, and other moments we wish never happened at all. Regardless, everything that has happened in hip-hop since it started in 1973 played a major role in the success of the genre today. So join us as we recap the top 10 moments in hip-hop history. As always, please hit that like button and comment. Let us know what you think of the list, okay? So without further ado, let's get started. Starting the list off at number 10 is the time 3 6 Mafia won an Oscar for Best Original Song. Who would have thought gangster rap would ever make its way to the Academy Awards? Accompanying the 2005 soundtrack for the film Hustle and Flow with the song called It's Hard Out Here for a Pimp. 3 6 Mafia managed to outdo competing songs such as In the Deep from the movie Crash and Dolly Parton's Travel Through from the movie Transamerica to grab the prestigious award, making them not only the first hip-hop group to perform at the Oscars, but the first rap crew to win Best Original Song. Definitely a groundbreaking moment not only for hip-hop but for the film industry as well. Next at number 9 is the time Andre 3000 made the boldest statement in Southern hip-hop history: the South got something to say. Before Atlanta began to dominate hip-hop for almost 20 years, it was fighting to gain respect and recognition in an industry that was dominated by New York and LA. The 1995 Source Awards was one of the most hostile award shows in hip-hop history. Both the East and West Coast were on edge as a beef between two record labels escalated into a beef between regions. To say the least, no one was concerned with anything Southern hip-hop had to offer. So when Outkast won the award for Best New Rap Group, they were ambushed with boos from all around the building. Despite the rude response, Andre with pride stood up for his group and his region by saying this:
"The South got something to say, that's all I got to say."
Ironically, the South did have something to say, not only that night, but for the next couple of decades thereafter. Thank you, Andre. Number 8. What's hip-hop without the occasional rap beef every now and then? Before Tupac beef with Biggie or Jay-Z beef with Nas, it was Roxanne Shante that created the first diss track ever. Back in 1984, the 15-year-old MC from Queens made a response track to the song Roxanne, Roxanne, which was a song about a stuck-up girl who wouldn't give UTFO band members the time of day. Her response, Roxanne's Revenge, gave listeners a different perspective as she insinuated that UTFO's sleazy advances would never be good enough to impress a lady like her, and the first rap beef was created. Nowadays, diss tracks are a commonality in hip-hop that can either make or break a rapper's career. In her case, it definitely made her career, and diss tracks continue to serve as an important factor in hip-hop. At number 7, we look back at the time Lauryn Hill dominated the Grammys in 1999. There aren't too many debut albums that could compete with the miseducation of Lauryn Hill, and that was evident at the 41st Annual Grammy Awards ceremony. She was nominated for a total of 10 Grammys and ended up winning 5, one being the Notable Album of the Year award. Her winning this award is significant because she was the first hip-hop artist to do so. The album went on to sell 19 million copies worldwide and will always be remembered as the project that opened the door of possibilities when it comes to hip-hop and the Grammys. Speaking of the Grammys, did you know that Will Smith was the first rapper to win a Grammy? Will Smith, formerly known as the Fresh Prince, along with DJ Jazzy Jeff and Reddy Roxy, were the first hip-hop artists to win a Grammy for their hit single Parents Just Don't Understand in 1989. Though this was an important moment in hip-hop, there was still work to be done that year. The new Grammy winners followed their somewhat successful night with a boycott because the Grammys didn't have enough respect for the genre to televise them winning the award. The boycott must have been pretty effective because these days not only are hip-hop artists televised during the ceremony, but they are often known to dominate the night by winning awards in multiple categories, not just hip-hop. So we can all thank Will for starting that trend. Number 5. Before movies like 8 Mile and Straight Outta Compton graced the big screens worldwide, we had Wild Style, the first hip-hop movie ever. Released in 1982, the movie casted some notable hip-hop acts at that time, such as Fab Five Freddy, Grandmaster Flash, and graffiti artist Lady Pink, just to name a few. The movie served as a lot of people's introduction to hip-hop culture as they displayed every element that made hip-hop what it was at that time: MCing, turntablism, graffiti, and of course, b-boying. Because of Wild Style, we now have a plethora of hip-hop based movies to help move the culture forward. I guess it all had to start somewhere. A year before hip-hop's first movie was the release of hip-hop's first music video, Rapture, by Blondie. Blondie was a New York-based rock band that used the art form to spice up their hit and progress the culture. With the help of cameos from prominent hip-hop figures, Fab Five Freddy and the late great artist Jean-Michel Basquiat, the video made its MTV debut on January 12, 1981. The video helped the song go #1 on the U.S. Billboard charts, and it became the first #1 song in the U.S. to feature rap vocals. It's safe to say that it was the first hip-hop video of many to come. Number 3. According to the Nielsen's year-end report on the music industry, hip-hop surpassed rock and became the most popular genre in the U.S. in 2017. With 8 of the top 10 most popular artists being hip-hop and R&B, it was destined to take the #1 spot. It was also the most consumed genre last year, with a 72% increase in on-demand audio streaming. Imagine how popular hip-hop will continue to be in the years to come. Next, at number 2, of course we can't forget about losing 2 of hip-hop's biggest stars, Tupac and Biggie. Who knew that the rap beef trend started by Roxanne Shante would one day escalate to something this serious? Once good friends, Tupac and Biggie fell out after Pac was shot 5 times in New York. Convinced that Biggie and his bad boy camp was behind the shooting, Pac declared war on his former friend, and hip-hop's biggest beef of all time began. Starting off as just a beef between Pac and Biggie eventually turned into a beef between the East and West Coast. Unfortunately, it took both rappers to lose their lives on 2 separate and very violent occasions for the war between coasts to finally end. We hope to never see a rap beef end in this manner ever again. Finally, at number 1, we have hip-hop's first big hit, Rapper's Delight by the Sugar Hill Gang. Rapper's Delight will always be known as the world's introduction to hip-hop. Though it isn't hip-hop's first single, it did become hip-hop's first big mainstream hit song, peaking on the U.S. Billboard charts at number 36. Before Rapper's Delight, hip-hop was nothing more than a neighborhood phenomenon that was being pushed by its pioneers, DJ Kool-Herc, Grandmaster Caz, Grandmaster Flash, and of course, Africa Bambaataa. Yet, it wasn't until the release of Rapper's Delight that other MCs were able to see a blueprint on how to take a local trend and turn it into a consumable product. Rapper's Delight will always be remembered as the song that started it all. So there you have it, folks. Those are the top 10 greatest moments in hip-hop history. Once again, do not forget to comment and let us know what you think of the list. And most importantly, do not forget to subscribe. Till next time.